What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Chat and Draw live from my studio basement in Columbus, Ohio. Woo woo! We're in the building. We're here, and guess what episode this is? 90 mother 9 people. 99. The 99th episode. We're chasing 100. Woo! I'm excited. Can you tell? Let's get the pleasantries out the way. All right. I'm Mike Watson. I'm the publisher of Short Fuse Media Group, the founder of Freestyle Comics, 1/4 of the agents of the nerdy, the most enthusiastic person in comics. Me, Michael, in the spot right now, the host today and every day on Chat and Draw, a show where we literally chat and draw. I'll bring somebody on here, I will talk with them, and I will draw the thing that we are talking about. I've been doing it for 99 episodes, this one being the 99th, and we're going for 100th this cometh Saturday. All right? Man, how you been doing? How is everybody tuned in right now? Let's check the comments. Oh, Jay Man's in the building. What's up, Jay? How you doing? Mark, I used to live in Columbus, Ohio when I was a boy. Well, Mark, how do you do? You're getting a little piece of Columbus tonight. All right, man. So much to talk about today. Like I said, let's get the pleasantries out the way. We got this thing coming. This thing's happening. Chat and Draw, chasing 100 episodes. That is a thing that is happening. All right, and I've got some big announcements for Saturday. For when we hit this 100th episode. First off, let's talk about who's going to be on this 100th episode. Why you should be tuned in to this 100th episode, because it's an achievement for me. And it makes me feel special when you tune in. All right. First and foremost, we got Sean Mack in the building for this 100th episode. All right. Sean Mack will be co-hosting because normally on this 100th episode or these type of episodes, it's my season finale. And I draw anywhere between 8 to 15 characters on one piece. And it becomes a marathon where I'm actually drawing for about 5 or 6 hours straight. My guests pop in and out. They check on me to make sure I'm still there and how I'm doing and all that good stuff. So what we got here, is we got Sean Mack in the building, Tony Clapper in the building, Moana McAdams in the building, Russell Nolte in the building, LaShawn Colvin in the building, TJ Sterling in the building, Travis Gibbs in the building, Lori Foster in the building, and more. Those are just the main guests. those are just the on the roster. We got other people popping in and out throughout that day or whatnot. And I'm telling you, you need to follow this Kickstarter. You need to follow what's going on and whatnot, because we got a lot of cool things coming. Because I got my link out here for the Kickstarter, which I'll be putting here in the chat here in a little bit, that you all should follow. I'm back to trying to manage my setup. If anybody knows what's been going on, I've been down on computers and trying to make it work. Hotshot news. I got some more pages done for Hotshot, and Lori Foster is knee deep in the inks. I wish I could show you. That's a lie. Because I'm not going to show you. I could obviously show you, but I'm not going to. I may show you some more pencil pages because I've been doing some more pages. I'm knee deep on issue 11, and I'm trying to make my way to issue 12 right now. It's going to be all good. But enough with all that. All right. We're going to get this information. Stay close to the chat. We're going to be having the links for things that we're talking about. And I have the link for my Kickstarter, for the Chat and Draw Kickstarter, that's going to be launching this month as well. And we got all types of good stuff, but I'll talk about that later. I've had my guest in the back for too long now. She needs to come out here because she's fiery. She's on fire. She's a bombshell. She's big out here in these streets, and you need to be ready for her, because this is what we do on Chat and Draw. We bring people out the woodworks. Where's my thing at? Ah, there it is.
Here comes a new challenger.
Cara Nicole, everybody. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic.
That is awesome. Would you look at all the merchandise back there? Look at all the promo material back there. Look, the character's name is Fire Bitch, and it is a fiery propaganda back there with all that stuff. I love it. She said, I'm going on the show, and we're going to represent. We're going to represent hard. So, tell us about this character, Cara. Now, Cara's been here before. For those of you who have seen this character, she's going to refresh you. Those of you new with this character, you're about to find something out. Go ahead.
Okay, so Fire Bitch is the story of a regular, everyday social media diva, hanging out on her phone and on her computer and on her tablet, chatting with everybody, sliding into your DMs, all those kinds of things. Hey, buy me something from my wish list. And all these, social media diva style things. Like, look at me, let's take another selfie. And then she gets accidentally sucked into a vortex, thrown across the galaxy, and given superpowers. And the world that she has landed on is under attack from another group of aliens. So now, does she use her powers to save these people from annihilation? Or does she just focus on getting home and making her next post?
I love that that's actually the choice. That this that is really in the cards, and it can go any way. I absolutely love it. I got the first issue. I pledged the first Kickstarter, got the first issue, and I thought it was like a roller coaster ride. So, like, I'm very excited to see where we take it. And I'm gonna, like, when I pull it up, I will pull it up later. I'm gonna show you my favorite cover. I can't remember the artist of it, but I saw this one, no doubt, no hesitation. I went and pledged for that one. It's the one where you're throwing up the rock symbol and you got your phone, but your suit is like blended into the cover. Oh,
that is Ash Maddie.
Hey,
Ash Maddie's cover.
Ash Maddie killed that mug. Killed it.
Yep.
All right, let's get the link out here so people can go to it. So we are here to talk about her Kickstarter. I'm going to give you guys the link here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. It should be up there.
Oh, there you go.
It put up a whole bunch of other crap that I did not want it to put up there.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know what that is. Hold on, let me try to copy that again. Again, I apologize. I have a bit of a janky setup right now on my computer until I get my computer back. So there we go. Now that's how it should look.
There you go.
That's the quick link to her Kickstarter. Go ahead, click on that link, check it out. So let me get this out the way before I even start drawing. Damn, girl. $2,000 was the goal. You hit it in what, 5 minutes?
It was 2.
2 minutes? Hey,
usually it's faster, but there was a lot of stuff to go through.
So hit the goal in 2 minutes. 11 days left, and you're sitting at $45,000.
Not yet. We are at 44,902. And the thing is, we've got another stretch goal at 45. So we are so close to that next stretch goal.
Look, can we make it happen today? Can we make it happen?
So.
On the show, let's go ahead and make this happen for her. All right. So look, what's your secret, Cara? What is your secret? I have a
lot of secrets. That's why they're secrets.
Oh, okay. What can you fill us in on your experience with these Kickstarters? Because it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, you have a very straightforward formula, and it is garnering you lots of success.
I hope so. I watch a lot of other Kickstarters, and I've learned a lot. And I guess I figure, first of all, you've got your own promotion. Don't rely solely on posting it up. I see people, they'll post a Kickstarter, and then they're like, oh, my Kickstarter didn't do anything, so I don't like Kickstarter. It's like, but did you promote it? Mm-hmm. You can't rely on them to do it. That's your job. You've got to go to your people. Don't rely solely on social media. I actually put out Confessions of a Cosplay Diva while I was completely banned from being able to post on Facebook. So don't rely solely on social media.
I remember that.
Yeah. Like, I haven't heard you online. It's like, because I am on a 30-day ban. I'm in Facebook jail. So, you've got other things like your business pages, paid promotions. I know some people are like, oh, I don't pay for my promotions because that's wrong. That's buying likes. You're not buying likes. You're putting an ad out the same as your laundry soap or your grocery store. There's absolutely no difference. There's no shame in placing an ad.
No shame.
Absolutely none. Email lists, telling your friends and family, messaging all your friends, let them know. Mark says Kara's secret is communication, and she does not forget about the fans after the campaign is over. No, I pester y'all all year round. What you doing? Want to watch a movie? Want to hang out? What you doing?
I was about to bring that up. I noticed, and I don't see a lot of people doing it. I was actually gonna jump on your train and partake in that idea. I saw you watching movies with your fans.
Oh yeah, I do a couple of different ways. I have movie nights on Twitch on Thursday nights. And those are public domain movies because it is on Twitch. And we have a great time. We rip on all these movies. And I am so impressed by everybody that joins me because you guys got some game. Like these people will throw down some hardcore riffs. It's amazing. And it's hilarious. So we get like our own MST3K. And then on my Patreon, I do small groups where we do movie night and we can watch whatever we want. Mm-hmm. And so we watch all kinds of fun things and everyone can have their mics on and their videos on and we all just talk and, you know, rip on movies and have a good time.
Awesome. So how long has Fire Bitch been in creation? Like how long has this thing been going on?
Well, this is issue 2. We put out issue 1 last year. We wanted to have issue 2 out earlier, but with mail and everything taking so long, we kind of got stuck. And then with COVID, you know, everything got weird last year. Everything got super weird. So we had to kind of figure it out. And we were going to put it out earlier, but I do my calendar every year. And we had to make sure that got delivered to people before the end of the year. And we knew with COVID, with the shipping and all that, it was best to put out the calendar first as opposed to after. Thanks, Daniel. Thank you so much. So instead of it being the calendar or the Fire Bitch first and then the calendar, we flipped it and did Fire Bitch second. And, you know, if you want to let all your fans know, we have 2 collector's cards that we have already hit from you that every backer with a physical reward is going to get in their package.
Oh, well, you know, if we're going to talk about it. Yeah, I drew Fire Bitch already, and it's in the Kickstarter, and I had a ton of fun. So that's awesome. All right. Yeah. Daniel, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. I know Kara does as well. That's what I'm saying, people. How far away did you say we are from that goal?
Well, let's see where we are now. Now we're at 44,912.
44,912.
Yeah. So once we hit 45, then we've got another stretch goal that will be met. So we've got some really cool things with this. So one of the things that we did in this campaign, well, I can kind of give you like a little backstory. In the last campaign, we did an unofficial soundtrack. And we had an image, and that image had a list, like a Spotify playlist that was connected to it. So you can get this Spotify playlist, and it tells you what pages each song goes with. So if you listen to it in order, it follows the book. And that was and that was just Spotify. So none of that was our music or anything. And it wasn't something we could physically give you outside of the link. But with this book, we've got our own soundtrack with music that we've licensed and a lot of music we've created on our own. And you're actually going to get a CD in a digipack of this album along with the digital links as well.
See, you're getting ahead of me because I was going to tell everybody how you're everywhere. This woman is doing everything. She colors comics, she models, she cosplays, she makes comics, and now just recently you're singing. Like you've released music now, and I saw that and I was like, man, you're hitting all these different things. What invoked the singing part?
Well, we've been doing it for a while, but it wasn't something that was put at the top of our list. And my husband, Alfred, he had a band for many, many years. We put out an EP with my calendar. And those were 3 songs that he had written. and we put those out. We've got 2 videos for it, and those are available online. And we did give everyone from that campaign that music, and he just started having ideas, and then we just started writing, and so now we have our own songs and our own music. We've got 2 music videos out right now for Fire Bitch.
Okay.
So we've got the song Fire Bitch, and that one's got like some of the art and everything from the last issue in it. And then we've got the new one that just got released, and that's called Fire Goes On. And it's got a very 80s kind of a feel to it. It's a lot of fun. The music video is on YouTube as well. And then, like I said, we've got the entire album that we're going to be putting out with the book.
That's awesome. That's incredible. All right. So now I've heard this story before, but we may have a few new people in here tonight. Can you tell us how you actually got into the coloring of comics? If I remember correctly, your husband has something to do with that.
Yeah, so he's an artist, and we lost our colorist, and I was like, well, what are we gonna do? And he said, you're gonna do it. And so I feel like I'm always learning, and that's just kind of how that rolled out. So I've been coloring for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a little longer than that by now.
So is it something that, how long do you think it took you to get comfortable with it?
I don't know. I never really had an opportunity to like sit down and learn. It always, when you first start out, and it takes you forever because you're learning, like, especially digital coloring and digital work, you're learning all of the controls and how to use not only how to do the art, but you're also learning how to use the equipment.
Right.
So that's huge. And we did very well with all my hand coloring pieces at the very beginning. So I spent a lot of time hand coloring, and it just kept going from there. So I never really got comfortable. I'm still not comfortable, because once we went from Photoshop to Clip Studio, that's like a whole other animal right there. So, I don't know. I don't think I ever got comfortable with it.
Okay. Well, welcome to the art world. We're never comfortable with what we do. So you're on the right path. What's up, Andy? How you doing?
Hi, Andy. Hi, Daniel. Thank you for the donation. Hi, Mark. Cameron.
So right now, I love her dang attitude so much. Like it's the hero you don't expect.
Yes.
Like I see things happening. Like she could be shopping, and the bank could be getting robbed, and she would literally just like, not today. I just don't feel like it.
Yeah, right. She's like, whatever, bye. Peace out. Don't care. And it's funny you brought up the bank. Stay tuned for in Fire Bitch 2. There is a reference in a way to that. So.
All right. Well,
and,
again, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I was just going to say, there's a lot of those little Easter eggs, especially if you look at the last issue. So many fun little things that are in there that you don't think about.
That's what I was really feeling about it. Like when it made me think of things like that as I'm reading it, she really is like a flip of the coin. You don't know what she's going to do. Her only responsibility is to herself and what she's feeling. And there's nothing wrong with that, because how many characters do we have like that? Not many at all. So
I think that she's more of a character for today's age. Like if Supergirl had been raised with Instagram and computers all the time, and could you imagine if Clark Kent, instead of being a farm boy, was sitting behind a computer all day long with a Mountain Dew piss bottle? It would be a very different situation.
Right.
So Troy says, don't forget to mention your acting chops in your movie. So I actually just filmed my part for Axe to Grind Part 2.
What the heck? I didn't know this was happening.
Yeah, I got hit up. and Axe to Grind Part 2 is a sequel to Axe to Grind, and they actually brought in Stormy Daniels as the lead on this one.
Really?
Yes, it's not an adult movie. It's, your usual like Scream Queen type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go.
Okay, that's really awesome. How did we get into that?
So, like one of my fans thought it would be a good idea, and he talked to the people running it, and then like they reached out to me, and they were like, well, do you have any experience with anything? And I sent them my YouTube, and they're like, oh, you've got a lot of experience. Okay.
Awesome. So that's cool. You were already doing kind of like what they were looking for or whatnot.
Yeah, a little bit. I've done some acting. I've done some things. So Troy says, how do you get the artist to do the many different covers for Fire Bitch 2? Well, that's a very complicated question. You have to do something that men, all you men out there, this is going to blow your friggin' mind.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You have to ask them. And pay them.
You guys hear that? Are we listening? Are we taking notes?
Gotta ask. I know. You're like, I gotta ask. I don't want to. That's like asking for directions or, talking about my feelings.
Dude, I never got that. I never got that myth. I always ask for directions. I am not afraid to get out the car and ask for directions. Number one, I don't like being lost. That is a waste of gas.
I love it. That's awesome.
So yeah,
Cameron,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh no, say Cameron says Superman's not allowed on a military base in the DCEU. Oh, you gonna stop him?
Yeah, Cameron, are you gonna stop him? All right, so I was gonna say, and I know you've given me this tip too when I've talked to you about Kickstarters, but how do you decide what covers? You've got a slew of covers, which made it, I'm going to say it made it hard, but also made it easy for me to pick my pledge. Like I saw, like when you were promoting stuff and showing kind of like what you had for it or whatnot, then I went to the Kickstarter page. I was like, all right, I want a special kind of cover. I want to find me a sick cover. She's got a lot of good ones on here, but I found my cover and that was instantly my pledge right there. So how do you decide your limit and how do you come up with the ideas for the cover?
So it depends. Sometimes like last time we had, we always have a movie homage. And last time it was McClintock from John Wayne. And I thought it would be really cool with the idea of the characters and then also what's going on with the story. So like this time our movie cover was CB Zane. We used him to do Army of Darkness. So we've got an Army of Darkness homage cover. We have a music homage cover that we used Anthony Delaney for. Last time was Pat Benatar's Get Nervous because of the whole like being trapped on this new planet. And then this time we used, had him do Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, the She's So Unusual cover, because it falls in line more with this particular issue. So sometimes we have ideas of that, we did the Amazing Spider-Man #1 last time. This time we did the ASM 316. So it really just depends. Like when you're dealing with homage covers, you kind of go with what's tried and true. But sometimes you just reach out to an artist and it's like, hey, send me 3 thumbnails of different poses. And you want to do this because let me tell you right now, if you go to like 10 artists and say, do what you want, you're going to get 7 of them that are the same damn pose. It never fails. So that's why you want to have them send you some thumbnails so you can be like, I like this pose. Do this one or that one, because you don't want to have them all be the same. And we kind of ran into some of that issue this time. We honestly, I think we did it. We overdid it. We did too many this time. I won't do this many again. I won't. Okay. It's just overwhelming. And I want to make sure that we can stay on top of things and give people a little more of a honed in, selection. But even this one, there were supposed to be more on this, and I'm like, I can't do it. So we always go back and forth, and then finally I just sat down and I'm like, nope, waiting, keeping, and so we've got some that were supposed to be on this one that'll move over to the next campaign.
Okay, all right. Thanks. So you say you still have even more?
Yeah, we have more, and so those will wait till next time. And then we also Kickstarter did a beta program for add-ons, and we were fortunate that they let us in, so we did that. But we'll see what happens if they continue with the add-ons next time or what they do with that.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but we're going to be, continuing with that regardless of whether or not. I think that Kickstarter will do it. I think that Kickstarter is going to be happy with the add-on situation, but I do see some issues with it. Some people are asking why we don't have a digital only tier. And the thing is with the add-on program, I don't think that you can limit who can add on. So I'm seeing that there are campaigns that'll have like a $5 or a $10 digital tier, and then they'll have add-ons with free shipping. So you could have someone in Europe, do like a $10 digital tier and then add on a bunch of extra stuff that now you got to pay shipping overseas, and you just lost your ass. Like there's a whole bunch of like weird logistical things that, that aren't thought about, that a lot of times the customers and the consumers don't necessarily understand, because they're not seeing all these things that are going on behind the scenes. And you also don't want to talk to them, because then you sound like a greedy asshole. And it's like, do you know how much bubble wrap and tape and boxes and it gets very expensive, and the product themselves. So you want to always make sure that I want to give everyone the best deal I can, but I want to be able to eat something besides ramen tomorrow.
Right. Absolutely understand that. And that's pretty detail oriented for you to catch something like that. Because catch it before it actually hurts you.
Oh yeah, I catch a lot of things because I look at other people's Kickstarters too, and I pledged to a lot of other Kickstarters because I want to see what other people are doing, and I want to support other indie creators. It's important to me to do that. So the same post, I hate drawing the same thing over and over. If you asked me for 7, I would give you very different covers. Yeah, but the thing is I wouldn't ask you for 7. I would ask you for 1, and I would ask 9 other people for 1.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Like all the other 9 people would give you 7 of
the same pose. Yeah, they would give me all the same pose. So yeah, there you go. Another thing that we're working on right now, I have a special guy on this one, and it is a video game.
What?
So it's not huge. It's not a huge like big deal video game. It's a little one. So it's just a small video game that we are hoping to have done soon to give out to the backers.
No,
while the campaign's going on. Yeah,
it does not have to be huge. Cara, it's a video game. I want to get a little. I want to get like a phone app, like an 8-bit, 16-bit phone app game made.
So that's actually the kind of game that we're having done.
Okay.
It's not an app game because we haven't gotten to that point to be able to get it on an app. If you have connections for that, my game guy, might be interested in that as well. But yeah, ours is an 8-bit style game.
Okay. All right.
So, but it's very excited.
And I'm very excited. That's dope. Giveaway.
Thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. 413 backers. 44,955. Woohoo!
44,9. How to say it again?
44,955.
Okay, all right. Let's go, people. Let's hit this 45K. Now, when I had LaShawn on here, we did an all-time high during the show. We had over $1,000 of pledges in the time that she was on here. That's the most money we ever got pledged while we were on the show. So, like, breaking 45 here, $50-some should not be hard at all.
No, let's make this happen. Listen, that's another stretch goal.
Let's
So
make this
super
happen.
excited.
Man, I just think I just really enjoy drawing your character.
She's fun, huh? She's got like all this attitude.
Yeah, it just gives you, which is she just gives you all this fun stuff to play with.
Oh yeah.
Like immediately when you see the character and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to draw this character, you immediately think all this sex appeal. But I'm like, well, it's not just sex appeal. She has an attitude. She has a charisma about herself, you know, and I love hearing you describe it.
She just doesn't care. If you remember in issue 1, she destroys those people's cart, their little produce cart, and she's like, "Sorry about your cart. Maybe don't put it there."
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just this kind of like this. She's like a brat. She really is. You know, very self-absorbed, doesn't care, you know, just does her thing. So, and I love the aliens. It's so funny because people will be like, "Oh, are you going to you should make a live action movie." Like there's only been like 3 humans in this whole story and 2 aren't even around. It's her and a bunch of aliens, like ridiculous looking aliens too. So live action, not so much. And if you recall, I was telling you last time that I'd been spending a lot of time trying to convince people that the Earth was flat, because this comic happens on a flat planet.
Does it now?
Yeah, if you recall, it's a flat planet. It's with domes over the top, like all of the cities and everything. The dome cities.
That is correct.
Yeah. So it's very exciting. We're getting into the war more in issue 2. Issue 1, you know, we were introducing the character, introducing what was going on. But issue 2, we're getting more into the war.
Okay.
And there's a lot of 80s references in this one, just like there was last time, because there's always the idea that these alien planets are getting things later. Like we put something out today, they're not going to get it for another 20, 30 years. You know, so that's kind of where these people are, is they have more of our 80s information going on.
All right. What's up, Katie? Welcome to the party, and I appreciate the compliment.
Hi, Katie. So yeah, I'm excited for her. The way she's looking awesome.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, I enjoy drawing this character. There's so much fun you can just put in her personality and you know what poses that you use.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, it's not like you know, it's not just, you know, make her all ultra sexy. No, man, add some atmosphere to her. Think about her whole attitude and what she would be doing. And
so go ahead.
And you give there's a ton of reference for her, so if you can really knock out these poses. Like I said, this one, but you've already named it. Let me show everybody else. Take that off for a second. This one is my favorite cover.
Yep,
that's the one I got.
Ash Maddie and Federico Siak Jr.
Yeah, that bad boy is clean.
Yeah. Hey, Christopher. So Mark says, how about a Young Chastity Chase Peak prequel live action short Chastity goes to the mall? The mall has been dead for quite a while. So the mall would really not be someplace she would go. She would shop on Amazon. Even as a kid, she was in an environment where malls weren't really a thing. You know, malls have been dead for how many years? So I don't know if that would exactly work. But that's a cute idea. You're definitely getting the cogs rolling in there. Troy says, down the line, will Fire Bitch get an alien love interest, or is she saving herself until she gets back to Earth and gets a human love? I don't know. I'm like trying to think. I don't recall her having an alien love interest. I don't see her being interested in any of these aliens. She's not really interested in humans either, because she's really just interested in herself. But we do have a few fun things in the next issue in regards to that, so stay tuned.
Andy says, Fifth Element was a live action with only 2 humans. You can do it.
There were more than 2 humans in Fifth Element.
The main characters. There was about 5 or 6.
Yeah. But also, we don't have $50 million. If you're gonna fund this, then we're doing it. Let's talk. You're gonna, yeah, okay. The '80s reference for them all, but Chastity wasn't a kid in the '80s, so it still doesn't quite. She wasn't there. Not even Taco. What the hell? What are y'all people talking about? You're confusing me. Taco's a girl. She's not gonna have a love interest. Do any of you people read the book?
We're getting bizarre questions here.
Maybe they're just coming up a little later because I'm confused.
Yeah, I just looked down and then there was like 3 of them just popped up out of nowhere.
Right? Yeah. And I'm like, maybe I'm reading them in the wrong direction or something because I'm lost at this point. So, what questions do you have?
Well, have you decided this is going to be an ongoing series or is this just a limited run?
Oh, no, it's as ongoing as we can get it. We're about 5 story arcs lined out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Chris Tucker with the fluffy dildo on his head doesn't count as human. But does the dildo count as human? Just saying.
She is.
Yeah.
Bringing up some dastardly points here.
Yes. Absolutely. Chris Tucker's the only one I care about from that movie anyway.
It was obviously not a role I expected from him, but dang, did he kill it.
He did, right? Absolutely. Absolutely killed it. So, right on, check her out. She's looking awesome.
Thank you. Now it's time to begin the inking.
Yeah.
So are there any more comics planned for you?
Oh, absolutely. We're working on Unstable Frequencies, which is our horror comic.
Okay.
And that'll be out in 2021 as well. And there's always something going on. Mm-hmm. So we're also working with some other people. We're working with Luis on why can I not remember the name of his stuff? I cannot remember. He's the one that did Lily the Demoness. Anyway, Nebula Pearl. We did some writing on that, so stay tuned for Nebula Pearl. We also have a cross promotion going on right now with Naughty Fairies Stripper Assassins for Naughty Fairies Comic Con, where if you donate to both theirs and ours, you're going to get a special collector's card. Troy says, besides hubby, what other artists would you like to color their work? Ooh, well, I really liked coloring Mike DeBalfo's work.
So what exactly did you like about it? Why did you enjoy that one so much?
Well, it was a little bit different. He had more open lines. Alfred always spots his blacks. Mm-hmm. And it's just different. And Mike DeBalfo does really great work. And I've loved his work. So it was kind of an honor to get to color his stuff. I'd love to be able to color something from Ebas. I'm trying to think who I really, really would love to color. I don't know. I think it's more like pieces that just come at me. It's more the pieces as opposed to the artist, but I would love to color something from Ebas. Definitely that for sure. Horror comic, tell me more. So Unstable Frequencies is a series of horror stories in a book. It's kind of like a Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side or, something along those lines where you have multiple stories in the same book. And there's tons of different stories. We don't have it lined down to which ones are going in the book. It's going to be a matter of what will come what will come in from the interior artists, because we're using multiple artists for the insides of the book on that one in order to really branch out and give it kind of a more unique style. I want the art to match the story, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. That's a bit of what the situation I'm into right now, trying to find the right artist for our Vigilance book.
Yeah,
I want
that's
the,
rough.
there's a lot of artists that I enjoy that I think are dope or whatnot, and it's not a matter of them just being dope. But like, I want to find the right artist that works with the story and with
Yeah.
how we're promoting and pushing the actual comic book.
Exactly. Ace says hello Ace, and Andy says, so like my book Cemetery Plots. I don't know about your book Cemetery Plots.
Oh.
You need to send that over to me.
Yeah.
So I can know what you're talking about. That sounds awesome. I also thought about doing like a master class for people who have their own creator-owned projects, about kind of teaching people like this is what I know from Kickstarter. Like, I'm not an expert, but this is what I've learned, and I want to make sure that everyone has the best opportunity going forward. So I thought about doing like a master class for that, where creators who have projects in the works who are for sure doing a Kickstarter, we would do like a Zoom meeting, and I'd give them like a rundown of these are all the things to take into consideration and think about, and branch out in that direction if that's something that people would be interested in.
I don't know if you can see my hand.
Yeah.
Interested.
Yeah. Like pick a day and we can, line it out and go over all the things out and answer some questions. And, because there's so many things that people don't really know or recognize until they get into that pot of water. And it's crazy. It really is just insane, the amount of work. Then there's the after campaign survey. If you do that, there's campaigns that I'm looking at that I'm thinking that I could like literally look at and be like, okay, you should have funded. I would get rid of this, move that over here, do that, boom, you're going to fund this. And I want people to have that opportunity. I don't want to be like I'm a Miss Know-It-All snob or whatever, but like I've had enough experience with this and seeing other people's and what my own and what's worked and what doesn't, to be able to give people some direction.
No, and I don't think that would be you coming off as a know-it-all snob. You are at almost $45,000 off of a $2,000 campaign. So teach me. Like you can't get advice from people that aren't really, doing what you're doing or surpassing what you're doing. That's where you need to get the advice from.
Well, and the thing is there are people, and I've seen this happen, where there are people out there who don't have a lot of fans, that don't have a lot of help. You've got that guy that does great on their Kickstarter, but maybe they had a big push, like they had a friend in the business, or they had, like years and years of backup, like, oh, they were a big shot over at, one of the big two companies or whatever. And they have that fan base already built in. There's a lot of wonderful creators out there who don't have that background. And I learned some of that from being a cosplayer who didn't have that advantage. I wasn't friends with Stanley. I wasn't friends with these big shot artists who gave me space at their table. So I had to do it from nothing. So I learned a lot from that. And I want other people who are starting from zero to have those opportunities as well. I don't think that only the people who got a guy or have a friend should be the ones to be successful. I want us all to go out there and be successful.
Hey, I like how that sounds very much. It's one of the reasons why I always try to have people on this show, is to talk about your experience and like not just introduce you to new potential fans, but talk to creatives that are watching the show and pass off some tips. You were part of FSK Day, which again, shout out and thank you for being a part of that. But there was a ton of knowledge being dropped from creators on that day. And hopefully the other creator watching, I hope you were taking notes, because I know I was. For sure.
Oh, so much. It was such a fun day, though. I love how you did that. Like I was watching, like, okay, you made a good amount of money. We had a great time. And some of those conversations were getting kind of heated.
They were. They were. They were. And I learned a lot from it. From doing it. So I know there's certain panels that I need to give a little bit more time, and like certain panels, the perfect number of people that need to be in there, so I can do like a part 1 and a part 2. Because right when like the one that you were on with Kickstarter, right when that conversation was getting juicy, we had to wrap it up and go to the next one because you guys were just dropping so much from all of your perspectives. I did not want to stop it, but I was like, man, we got to schedule.
But now Kickstarter, got to be a little more direct.
Yeah.
Like for a panel like that, I would shorten the amount of people. I'd make it fewer people and a lot more information about Kickstarter exactly. So Troy says, who was my mentor for Kickstarter? I didn't have one. I'd been doing Indiegogo for quite a few years and watching other people's Kickstarters, watching campaigns, and that's how we learned. We kind of learned on our own. I was actually afraid to do Kickstarter for a while because I didn't feel that they had enough of a cosplay base. So I was sticking with Indiegogo. I kind of thought that maybe Kickstarter would punish me or whatever. And they didn't. And I started looking up other cosplayers. I did a lot of research. And now at this point, I am the highest funding cosplayer on Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Oh, wow. Good job.
So, yeah. We do a lot of things that most people don't do. People always want to stay in their lane. And what they don't realize is that whole highway is yours. Take all the lanes.
Take all the lanes?
Take all the lanes. Why you got to stay in your lane? I do comics, so I got to stay in here. No, I do comics and cosplay and music. Why do we got to stay in this lane? Who says? If you think about it, what are movies? Movies are comics with cosplay and music.
They are.
They are. So why do you got to stay in your lane?
No, I'm not saying that you dropping some truth bombs, but you dropping some truth bombs.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Mark. Congrats. High five.
What's up, Doom Smith? Glad to have you. Got nothing going on right now but talking to this awesome person called Cara Nicole and trying to do some awesomeness with her character, Fire Bitch.
So Doom Smith says, hey, Cara, haven't seen you in Alfredson's NYCC. How you been? Just living life, trying to not get COVID. That's what we're all trying to do. Don't get the COVID. Don't get the COVID. Wash your hands and, don't get sick. Do what you got to do. It was hard, when we lost our abilities to do conventions. It really throws you off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you had this plan and now you don't get to do that plan. And so instead of sitting at home crying about it, we put out a cosplay book, still working on more Fire Bitch, but I wanted to get Confessions of a Cosplay Diva out. I'd been working on that for quite a few years. And so to finally push that out, and that one was hard because I had a lot of emotions about that. Are you guys going to be mad at me? Are you going to read my book and hate me? And then I just learned that most of you either can't or won't read. So I really don't have to worry about
it. Can you talk us through a little bit of those emotions? Why was it a back and forth for toss and turn for you?
Well, because it's personal. It's like I'm telling you guys what goes on behind the scenes and some of the things that I've done, things that I've learned from, I talked a lot about stalkers and death threats and that sort of thing. And I didn't want anyone to think that I was being insensitive or cruel because those kind of things do come out. People are nasty to you when you're a woman online, and not just a cosplayer, but when you're a woman in general online. There's no way to report abuse. There's no way to report people sending you pictures of pornography or body parts that, I really am not interested in seeing, or threats. There's no way to report that. Oh, you can block them, but there's always another one. Those are things that they don't, that you just don't really have a lot of control over. And then there's a lot of that shame of, well, you put it out there. It's no. a picture of cleavage does not warrant being told that you're going to be raped.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Like, not cool. There's a lot of shame in regards to that. And, you know, so I guess I just had a real hard time putting out there, you know, this is my truth. This is what I've lived. And, you know, these are some of the things that I've done that are not necessarily the greatest decisions. You know, like there's a whole section about how I threw up in the docks outside of C2E2, you know, and, you know, you don't think about those kind of things. So I just kind of put it out there and put out my truth. And, you know, I hope that people don't judge me too harshly for it. So, you know, I also put in some stuff in there about like people who want to be cosplayers and, you know, where your motivations are and some of the business side of it that, you know, people don't necessarily think about or want to talk about. Some people really need to have the internet taken away from them based on their behavior. That's according to Daniel.
Oh yeah, Daniel.
See, Daniel, and I don't think that they should have the internet taken away. I think that they should have to face the person that they are messaging in their face and be like, and say it to their face. I think that, you know, if you wouldn't say it to your mom, you shouldn't say it to anybody online. And, you know, that's really interesting. People, it's so weird when you are a woman online because people are allowed to say terrible things to you, but the algorithms are not set up to catch it. Mm-hmm. So people can be cruel to you publicly even, but if you turn around and say something bad back to them, they will block your comment. So, you know, like if somebody says something mean to you, somebody says something, you know, gross to you publicly online and you respond with, and your kid looks like he got hit with an ugly stick, then they're going to shut down your comment, not theirs.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Katie, that's right. Damn right, girl. They should have to say it to your face in front of their mothers. That's right. They should. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're definitely in an era of keyboard tough people. You know,
I'm getting so many ideas. This is amazing. You guys are awesome.
There's so many people that come at you from the left, and it's like, oh, would you really talk like that to me if we were standing right in front of each other? Because like,
right?
A lot of people be like, don't let these toys and these comic book shirts fool you. Like, I just like to have a good time.
You know how it is, man. One hand on your G.I. Joe and the other hand on your dick. That is why we can't have the ability to speech to text. It's really just, that's it. You can't speech to text because of that. I can't wait for this. This is looking so freaking cool.
Thank you. I am not afraid to admit I am enjoying it very much so myself.
Yeah. Look how badass she's looking. So some of the cool things we're doing as far as stretch goals on this one. Like I said, we have the CD that we're doing in digipacks in order to make sure that the CDs don't get scratched. Mm-hmm. And we also have the ability to add on all of the covers. So you can add on all the covers as prints. We have a jeweled holofoil cover. So, yes. So, and we need to put the video of this up. But if you look at this.
Hold up. I'm about to give you full screen access.
You're going to give me full screen? All right.
I'm going to give you full freaking screen.
So this is a mock-up. But this is a holofoil cover. This is drawn by Alfred and colored by CC De La Cruz. And you see all those little guys on there? Those are Swarovski crystals put on by Her Royal Highness Princess Jewel Shannon Galarnow. But check that out. So holofoil cover, colors by CC De La Cruz. You see those little sparkles? These are Swarovski crystals. Isn't that amazing? And this is one of the covers for the book.
Now, I was tempted by that one. But I just love, like, that one's hot. Do not get me wrong, but I just love the simplicity of the one that I got. But that's definitely the showstopper right there.
Isn't it gorgeous? It's amazing. I'm super excited about that. And that's another thing is we do have some very expensive, well, some more expensive packages, but we've got, I think, 2 producer packs left. And in the producer pack, you get everything. We have, like, you're going to get a t-shirt, our 183-degree t-shirt, and we have a body pillow cover on this one.
What? Huh?
Yeah. So you can get a double-sided body pillow case, and one side is Fire Bitch, you know, in her costume, and the other side she's naked. So when your mom comes in the room, you have it on the one side, and then when she leaves, you flip it over.
Cara, you out here making everybody's dreams come true?
It's not a cosplay. It's not a cosplay cover, but it's an art piece, and it is it's a body pillow case.
Oh, trust me, I'm sure people will be satisfied with that art piece.
It's very good, and that was done by Tornes, who is known for his body pillow cases. So it's really exciting. We've got Harrigan, who did a costume swap between Fire Bitch and her sidekick Taco. And if you didn't read the first book, yeah. So if you didn't read the first book, she doesn't care what your name is. If it's too complicated to remember or say, she's going to call you whatever she wants. So she calls her little support girl Taco because she can't say her alien name. And Taco was given to her as kind of her little helper. She's going to wash your clothes. She's going to bring you food. She's going to take care of you. And this poor girl ends up in so many situations. She ends up cleaning this bitch's mess up all the time. And she's like the Anna to Elsa. Mm-hmm. So very, very excited about that. We got JT Malloy, who did a cover. He did Sapphire Spectre, which was a pretty successful Kickstarter campaign. That was super exciting. We've got Lena Dye. Lena Dye does this adorable anime style. We've got a Naughty Nice set on that one. We've got Lucio Perillo, who's known for doing Vampirella. And that. Yeah, Perillo's got a holofoil cover. Really excited on that one. And Shikari. Shikari has a 3-book set, all virgin, all holofoil. She's in her suit. She's in a bathing suit, and she's not wearing anything. So, Steph Wilson, all you Steph Wilson fans, got a Naughty Nice on Steph Wilson with colors by Carrie Ann. Wendy Shaner, who has the Naughty Fairies. She does that cool 3D art. Mm-hmm. And we've got a Naughty Nice set from her as well. So, yeah, we've got so many cool things. And then we also made a special issue 1. So if you jump in on issue 2 and you missed issue 1, you can have issue 1 as an add-on with a brand new cover. So if you got issue 1 and want the brand new cover for issue 1 on this campaign, you can do that as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So, like I said, we've got all of our music. We got a couple of videos. Music videos up. We've got Piper Rudich, who did a Naughty Nice set. We also did, and this was kind of crazy because I'm a cosplayer and we have a cosplay set, but it's not me in costume. It's a drawing of our character Fire Bitch in a Black Cat cosplay.
I saw that one.
Instead of her, it's Fire.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, super exciting for that one. And that's only available as an add-on. So we have certain covers that are only available if you add them onto your order. So this has been really incredible.
So how just hearing all the stuff that you have on this Kickstarter, how strategic is a lot of your stuff? Like, because I see you saying that certain stuff is only available in add-on, and then you have different tiers for the regular covers, the variant covers, then you have the naughty covers. Like, how much of this is like super strategized to get the biggest bang for your buck versus just making a pledge?
So We did some different things. So we're doing a lot of experimenting as well. So the idea of having stuff that's only available as an add-on and not available as a tier was a decision that we made this time around due to our excessive amounts of covers.
Okay.
So I kind of feel like we overdid it, but when you get everyone so excited and how do you choose? How do you choose? So we still wanted to give people the option to purchase some of these, and we just threw darts at the wall. We had certain ones that we know, like, okay, so that the people that are your biggest sharers, the people that are going to share the most and have the most notoriety, you want those people on your main campaign. The people that are like maybe not as strong in that, and those covers that you want very specialized, you want to have them as an add-on. Like, this is just my thought. We're going to find out if this is the best way to go. Maybe it's not. So I don't know.
Okay. All right.
We also had some stuff that it was like, okay, this was supposed to be a cover, but instead of making it a cover, we're going to make it a mini print. We have, like, one of the things that we have is a totally rad crossover print. So when we hit 35,000, everyone got this piece that was drawn by Alfred Lee. And it was from Totally Rad Comics, where it's got Roxy and Violet and Fire Bitch all together in the same image. So now you got crossovers with other creators. And originally they had it in mind that we would do a cover, but we thought it would be better to make it a print so that everybody got it. We were also working, like I said, with Naughty Fairies. If you get in on both campaigns, then you get a special collector's card that you only get for being on both those campaigns. So you can see like all these different things that we're working with.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of different. I don't even know how to explain it. We're still learning. We're always learning and trying to hone it in and make things better. If that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Obviously, I'm asking questions because I'm trying to learn some stuff too.
Yeah, so. Pick my brain. It's good for me too, because it gets me thinking about what do people want to know about. A lot of times people don't know their demographic. That's something that's really, really big, is people don't necessarily know they think they know their demographic, but they don't know their demographic. I had one friend and she said, okay, so this is a story for kids 11 to 14. And I'm looking at it and I'm like going, absolutely not. This is something 4-year-old would be up. 11 to 14 would be into it, but you can sell this to 4-year-olds and you can sell this to adults because it's got a lot of different things in regards to being able to hit all these different demographics, and your toddler and your preschool age group is huge. Why would you have a project in her case that you created in mind for these 11 to 14-year-olds, but your big money crowd is over on these 4-year-olds? Like, why would you not sell to them? Because now you're going to get your vision and your story out to those kids and out to those parents who are going to purchase that for them. So you can look into your analytics on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and you can see actually where your fan base is. So if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of those. I've used some of those myself for some of my paid advertisement and stuff like that.
Yeah. And paying for advertisement, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people will just be like, boost, post, click. And it's like, there's a whole formula to figuring out, you got to know your demographic, and then you got to find people in similar demographics and how to line out these ads. They're very time consuming. They're incredibly time consuming. Like, this isn't a matter of just tossing something up and being like, buy this. Like, no, this is incredibly like expansive in regards to what there is to do. I mean, even making your main campaign it could take you weeks to properly build your campaign, make sure it's up there, the right way, make sure that you didn't misspell anything, make sure you there's still errors. There's still errors on mine. I'm looking at them, I'm like, no, once someone pledges on it, you can't change it or fix it. So Mark Holmes says, talk up the cosplay. You always say things like that, and I don't know what you mean. Be specific, because I confuse easily. All this blonde, you know what this does? That bleach, it eats your brain cells, and then you become kind of like, I can't think. And that's exactly what's going on here. So we have multiple cosplay covers in different outfits. We did the 80s style. We did the rocker style. We did the lingerie style. So
J-Man, you trying to take LaShawn's place on the show? He said these are by far the best boobs I have drawn on the show.
He said pair of boobs.
Pair.
I think that you might have drawn an individual boob that was superior, but only one.
Okay. All right. I'm here with
That's just me talking crap. Tell us all about the cosplay covers. Okay. Well, what about them? I don't even know. Like, you got to help me out here. I've got cosplay covers. I've got different cosplay covers in different poses. I've got foils. I do have a topless cosplay cover that is available as well. You can get cosplay prints. I've got one where I'm in lingerie and there's fire coming out of my hands. Super, super cool. I have the 80s cosplay cover, the 80s style cosplay cover that goes with our song Fire Goes On. That one's super, super fun. And while I was shooting that music video up out in the woods, I got stung by a bee in my crotchal areas.
Really?
Yes.
That does not sound fun at all.
It does not. It's not fun. No. So, and I did make my my costume.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Like, how many of your costumes do you make? Do you make all of them? Do you purchase any of them?
Oh, I do. I kind of mix it all up. Actually, Mark Holmes here made my December costume, which was Lady Momar from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. And I have made, like I said, I made my Fire Bitch. I made my Power Girl. I need to remake Power Girl.
You do a good Power Girl.
Thank you. So I mix it up. Some things I buy because some things it's like I just want it. Some things I commission out for because I know people can do a better job than I can, and I want like some really cool stuff. So I just kind of do what I want. I'm sewing less because I'm coloring more and I'm writing more, and I like the opportunity to be able to put out other people's creations as well. So, I just do what I want. I do what I want.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I hope not, because if there was something wrong with it, then I'd be wrong for doing what I want. Which means that you're wrong for doing what you want, and so are all you down there.
That would be true.
Mark says the Momar pictures are out of this world. Yes, they're on Mars, because that's where it is. That's why Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I know, I'm such a butthole. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. Don't apologize.
Sorry about Cara. You can get that T-shirt on my website. So yeah. What else did you want to talk about?
We can talk about anything under the sun. My mind's a little blank right now because I'm trying to nail this arm. This arm is the last piece I need to set up on here.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna do it. Yeah, you're like super, super close. Super, super close. Very exciting.
In case you guys and gals missed it, I put in there her Kickstarter link. If you've already pledged to it, because you've watched right now, you've been watching, you've already pledged. It's great. That's great. But open up another window, share it. Go ahead and give it a share. Copy that and give it a share to your network, to your audience. Let other people see this. Let's hit this 45 for her today. Let's hit, because I'm almost done with this, and I'd feel really good about hitting this 45, and I already pledged.
Sharing is Cara-ing.
Oh, I saw what you did there.
Yeah, you did. That's how that works. So Jay says, man, Mike, not only the pair of boobs, this I have to say is the best female drawing out of all your female drawings.
Oh, thank you, Jay. Jay is
Girl.
watched. I think Jay has watched every single episode, and he's heard me talk about how I do this show in part to force myself to draw more women, so I can improve on my female drawings. And it's been a journey since the first one. I'm very happy with the result.
Well, you're doing great. Like I said, we've got 2 of your cards on the campaign that have already gotten hit. So for all your fans out there, definitely get it and get those collector's cards.
Yeah.
So we actually have a custom collector's card box that you're going to get as a stretch goal too. So now you have a place for all your collector cards.
Hey, look, this woman's got you covered. If you wanted to come into somebody's house for a Kickstarter, and when they really say make yourself at home, it's Cara Nicole's Kickstarter. That's the Kickstarter where they say, go ahead, take your shoes off, relax, make yourself at home. You want some tea, some lemonade, water? She's got it all for you. Just hit this Kickstarter up.
I try. I do.
You're succeeding, ma'am.
Well, thank you.
You're
Thank
succeeding.
you.
All right, let me see here.
Are you drawing those lines on another layer just in case?
Yes, I am. You know what's up.
I do. I do.
What's up.
I feel you. Oh, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to be a little bit sure before I went in there.
Uh-huh.
All right, we got that one. All right, so hold up, but what's your favorite cover out of all the ones that you got here?
My favorite cover, I don't know. I love the Lucio. I love Shikari's, of course. Like, those are your standards. I love the jeweled cover. That one's a lot of fun. There's so many. It's like asking which one of your children is your favorite. You have one, but you feel bad blurting it out. Okay, so this one's called Beds Are Burning. And this is done on a specialty stock called Lava. And this is just a mock-up, so it won't have the lava on her. Mm-hmm. But this was colored by Sanju, who does a lot of good stuff. Yeah, you know Sanju.
I know Sanju. He's great.
I know.
He when we redid the first issue of Hot Shot, he did the colors for me on that.
Yes.
And murdered it. Like, when I say my man went in, he went in.
Oh yeah. You could send him a stick figure, he'd give you a damn painting. It's amazing. It's incredible what he does. So, okay, so this is that cosplay cover that I was telling you about that has that 80s style.
Yep.
You know, it's got some underboob going on. It's a lot of fun. This is one of the main cosplay. This is the one in the regular cosplay. I've got 2 in the regular cosplay, but this one is in foil. It's not printed in foil for this, but these are just like little mock-ups. This is the holofoil lingerie. So,
okay, yeah.
So we've got lots of covers, and trying to make me decide. Steph Wilson. Look how much fun he is.
Super fun, very animated.
I wish I had, samples of everything, but I don't. So one of the things we did, this is the Courtney Rose Christmas cover, and this is the Mariah Carey homage cover. If you remember, Mariah Carey did that cover for her album. So This is the Mariah Carey homage cover, and we did put out a Christmas song as well called Christmas All Around that came out in December. And we had a music video for that. So that was very exciting, that you can find online on my YouTube channel if you're into the Christmas songs. So this is CB Zane's Army of Darkness. I love Army of Darkness.
Oh, hold up. Let's look. Let me get you full screen.
Sure.
Let me get you full screen.
So you can see what we got going on there. We got Taco down here instead of the girl, and instead of a boomstick, she's got a, her selfie stick there. You got all the bad guys in the background, and our floating islands and our crystals, and so yeah, that's super exciting. So yeah, we have just tons of covers, tons of things going on. The Shikari all comes in foil, and these are all available as prints as well. So, and then we also add all kinds of stuff in the after survey.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mark says he pits his children against each other in order to gain his favor. My man.
I dig it.
Yeah. Right?
I dig it.
So this is one of the Wendy covers, and this one's actually really funny because when you get it and you look real close into her phone, it's actually a picture of Alfred on her phone.
Okay. You got to love those little details.
It's a photo of Alfred, a little tiny one inside her phone.
You got to appreciate those little details.
Oh yeah, it's all about those little things. And if you notice in the first book, we did a lot of these little Easter eggs. Mm-hmm. When Taco is is singing all the songs, and she says, and listen to Grady's 80s on K blah blah blah. Grady's 80s is an actual 80s radio show. And Grady is a friend of mine, and so I actually went to his Facebook and I looked it up because I wanted her to mention his show because she's a big 80s person, well, alien, and that's kind of what she's into. So this is that here, kitty, that cosplay art cover. Okay. So it's good. Keep drawing. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We're very excited about that. I want to see what I want to see you do this. So, so yeah, we've got just so many different covers and different things going on. I don't even know what else to. Okay, so here is Dave Harrigan's. And it's called Nip Slip. And keep this way far away because she does kind of have a nip slip, but it's Taco. So you see that they switched costumes. And that kind of goes with the idea of Supergirl and Power Girl switching costumes, if you remember some of those art pieces. Mm-hmm. So, that was kind of cool. So this is a painting that Alfred did. It's called Fire Breather.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
The kind of like floating and breathing the fire out of her mouth. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I thought that was real dope.
Yeah, and he painted that one all himself. So yeah, there's just so many options. Here's our main cover. This was colored by Tevin. Okay. And I really love this movie poster style where you've got, your bad guy looming in the background and your main characters here. And we get a lot more development on our scientist who she calls Dummy. So you got Taco and Dummy's like, I'm just going to call you Taco. And she's with him. She's like, whatever, Dummy. And he tries to correct her. She doesn't care. She's going to call him whatever. So, and there's a lot of cool developments with him in this issue. So like I said, we're getting more into the actual attack now. So before, they brought her over and she ended up with these powers, and it was not intended for her to be their savior, their rescuer, not at all. Mm-hmm. So that was actually intended for someone else, but she accidentally, Mark says, would an alien nip slip count like fondled sea cow boob in the last? I don't know. And I don't trust Facebook or any of these places because you never know who's going to have a problem with what. I think Karen went to the Washington Monument and had a problem because it was phallic. We just don't know anymore, do we? So, keep your rat hole shut because somebody's going to complain anyway. So that's all we can do about that. So yeah, like it's really exciting. I guess I really don't know what all to say. There's so much to say.
There's a lot, but
Here's that Lucio Perillo.
I think you're good because I just finished this.
Yay! What? You
So
did that quick.
hour 22, or maybe an hour.
I would say it's about an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun character. Like I said, I love the distinct challenge, like because you would go in and be like, oh yeah, let me just make her sexy, and it's like it's not that simple. I want her like her personality. I feel like her personality speaks through that.
Yes, you
While
really
still being sexy.
want that attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is really exciting issue 2. So this is also, just so you know, this is a 36-page book.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're not keeping them. We're not doing 16 pages. We're not doing 22 pages. The first issue was 32. This one's 36.
Okay.
So
Definitely
and Alfred was just talking to me, and I'm like, "Are we going to be adding a few more pages?"
That's what I ended up doing. That I finished Hot Shot 10, the pencils. And then me and the editor, Danny Cooper, we were going over it. And there was a scene in one panel where we felt like I was shortchanging the action of it. And it needed to be more dynamic. And I was like, well, F it. Let's just make it a double page spread. So we took that one small panel and added 2 pages to the book.
Yeah.
It's worth it. It makes it punch more.
Absolutely.
Man. And I love bringing people back, because I've had you on the show before and I drew it before and I like those, but I feel like I'm way more comfortable with the character now.
Well, you look like it. She looks amazing. And I like the sunglasses.
I put the sunglasses in for you specifically.
Yes, because I collect sunglasses. That's kind of my thing.
I feel like, there's always the selfie pose or whatnot, but I feel like, so at this moment, to me in this picture, this is where she's like, all right, I've ignored you long enough. Now you robbed the bank, you destroyed the mall, and it was perfectly fine until you knocked down my frappe. Now, I'm pissed.
Right?
And I did forget to do this one little thing.
Yeah.
She needs that little fire symbol up there, so I wanted to put on there. Oh, got carried away, dude. Put that on a different layer.
Yeah. Right
there
on.
We go. Yeah, this was fun. So this is obviously going over to you. This is yours to have. Do what you want on here. Katie, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is the link to our Kickstarter. She's still got 11 days left. She's at her goal, beyond her goal. But guess what?
Yeah.
That means you're going to get your stuff. So you should pledge to get some more stuff, or get some stuff because it's guaranteed to happen because it's hit. So let's get her up there. Understand that she's an independent. She is a creative. She is doing this. Her and her husband are teamed up together to make this book happen. That's them. That space that we're looking at right now, that's their studio. They are working. All right. They're not big industry. They're not signed to anybody. So the money that they're getting on this Kickstarter goes immediately back into their production. And I like to say the turnaround time of the first Kickstarter to this one was rather quick. So let's keep that coming. I have 3 rules with Kickstarters. You can pledge whatever pledge you want to pledge for whatever you want. If money's tight, which it is now, and I understand that, you can pledge $1. No one's going to turn away $1. No creator that I've ever had on this show is going to say no to you giving $1 on their Kickstarter. And if you've already pledged or you don't have any money to pledge, share. Sharing is free. And it doesn't hurt anybody. Someone in your network, in your audience, could be a fan of this. This could be something that they appeal to, and they wouldn't know about it until you shared it to them to let them know. So definitely check her out at that Kickstarter. The link is live for the next 11 days. And I'm going to close this out with this. I'm getting ready to launch a Kickstarter. It's going to be my first one in like 3 years. No, 2 years. Don't let me lie. 2 years. All right. And you guys should follow the launch page so you get updated when I do launch it. All right. Because this thing is going to be epic. It is the Kickstarter for Chat and Draw, the show that you're watching. I'm adding for season 4 new features, baby. We're getting a new show intro. And one of the pledges is you get a chance to be in the intro of the show. If you're coming on the show, I'm offering WWE style introductions, your own sizzle reel when I introduce you. You know, when I do this little thing right here and I bring on the guests, let me show you an example. When I do this right here, where is it? There it is.
Here comes a new challenger.
That's what I do for all my guests when they come in. But if you pledge to the right tier, you can get your own introduction. What creative doesn't want to be a wrestling artist, writer, colorist, federation? You know what I'm saying here. And we're bringing a new feature, a versus feature, where you can come on and another character can come on, and I will draw both of your characters fighting while you debate who would win, and our audience in Chat and Draw decides who was the better arguer.
I like that. That's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be fun too. Plus, the whole goal of this thing is to expand our audience. I've had a couple of YouTubers on here. I've had a couple of fashion people on here. We want to expand our audience to more people. I'm having fun drawing these characters and meeting different indies and creatives. So we want to reach more people. But the best part that's coming with this Kickstarter is not 1, not 2, but 3 art books of Chat and Draw. All 100 drawings in art books, season 1, season 2, and season 3. Each book is 60 plus pages. And they're all fully colored. They're all going to be fully colored with all the characters that you met on the show. So click that link to follow it. Click her link to check out hers and pledge and share it. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. This Saturday is the 100th episode of Chat and Draw. Oh, wait. Somebody said something. Who is Fire Bitch calling out? Oh, they're saying you're going to be on the Versus episodes. All right. This Saturday is the 100th episode of Chat and Draw. We're going big. I have no idea how the cover is going to look yet. I've got to start laying this thing out. It's going to be a monster. I've got a ton of people coming in. And we're just going to have random people visiting as well. So I want you guys to be there. The Chat and Draw 100th episode is the start of what I'm calling my onslaught of content that's coming from Chat and Draw, Short Fuse Media, and Freestyle Comics in the year 2021. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank Cara for being on the show for our 99th episode. I hope she enjoyed herself. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You can catch me at Most Epic Art on Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Cara, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Patreon and Kickstarter.
I like that last plug. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night and enjoy yourselves, and I will catch you this Saturday. Oh, no, Friday for Agents of Nerdy, and then Saturday for Chat and Draw. Stay epic.